I'm Paul Skeldon. I'm the editor of TeleMedia News, and I'm going to be your chair for some of the sessions this morning, where we're going to be focusing on doing business in the MENA region. And we're going to start things off with a discussion, an interview really, with Charbel from Absolute Digital, AD Group, I think you now go by, just to set the scene really with some thoughts of his about the MENA region market for MVAS services. It's a hotbed of MVAS here in the Middle East,
Yeah, it
North
is.
Africa, $300 sort of billion business potentially. Why is it so hot, this market here in the Middle East?
Because of the sheer amount of users that exist, and the people, I mean, the majority use mobile phones. I mean, it's a big market.
Big smartphone
Yeah,
penetration, is
exactly.
that the thing
That's there's a big penetration rate, and everybody's an avid user. They use and use and use a big pool of consumers.
And have things like sort of 4G, potentially 5G networks, is that also sort of
Yeah, the
helping sort of drive the
infrastructure. I
market?
mean, the Middle East has one of the most advanced infrastructure in the world for mobile usage. Yeah, it does.
So how's that helping and drive consumers to use stuff? What sort of services are they using? What's popular
They're
here?
using absolutely everything. That's
Really?
I mean, whatever you give them, they consume.
So what are some of the sort of hotter areas? What's particularly popular at the moment,
I
say
mean,
here in Dubai?
you could say the most popular would be gaming. Um, yeah, gaming, lifestyle, everything.
Okay.
Video on demand. It's a hot. People like to consume a lot of videos.
How does
Yeah.
that sort of differ region or sort of country to country across the region? So what is that sort of universal across the whole of MENA? Everybody's into everything, or is it that certain things are more popular in some countries than others?
I mean, you have more mature markets like the UAE is the most mature market in the Middle East. Saudi Arabia, the videos are popular there. In countries that are like Iraq, Libya, such countries, there it's a different consumer base.
Okay, in some of those maturer markets, like you say, sort of UAE, I guess Saudi as well to some degree, is there a sort of saturation of the market? Is it more competitive and more difficult to stand out in those than it is, say, in somewhere like Iraq, which is more nascent?
Like most of the advanced markets in the world, you could say the US is saturated, but there's always room for new players. And yeah,
So what can those new players do? What do they need to offer to sort of stand out in that market?
good content, good marketing, and they're good to go. I mean, they have to just take care of what the consumer likes, and they're good to go.
And how difficult is it taking care of those consumer rights? Because that's sort of potentially a problem for some.
Yeah, we have seen a lot of people come into the Middle East, and they think that in a split seconds they're going to crack the market, and they get into a big loss because they don't understand the Middle East consumer. That's and it's a bit different than other countries in the world, but
How
yeah,
so?
it's different, and you cannot come to Middle East thinking that it is Kenya or the African market, and you just throw anything and people will subscribe. People are more aware of subscriptions nowadays because the market has been flooded for more than 15, 20 years with a lot of services. The same user has subscribed to 3, 4 services among his life to understand the flow. So it's they tend to evade it somehow.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So you have to be competitive. You have to offer them what they really like. That's yeah.
That's the key. So how do you sort of make those sort of services sort of compelling to users? How do you get them to sort of subscribe? Say they're trying to sort of circumvent it. What can you do to sort of prevent that?
No, I would ask you why you buy what you buy in anywhere in the world.
It's really that simple.
It's
It's just.
yeah. I mean, it's a personal preference. You just offer them what they like to consume.
And how do they like to pay for it? Is it still largely driven by carrier billing, or is that changing?
Carrier billing is easier than other channels. I mean, unless you want to take out your credit card and start typing 16-digit numbers.
So wallet services like Google Pay, Apple Pay, those sorts of
Those are
things.
easy as well.
Are they starting to become
They are,
popular
they
ways
are,
of doing it?
they are becoming very popular, and especially in markets like UAE, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia. Apple Pay and Google Pay have penetration. They're very easy, but for digital services, still they're not highly adopted as DCB.
Okay, and are there any sort of problems with using carrier billing? Because in some markets you've had problems with fraud through DCB or people being scammed. With
Yeah,
sort of
it's,
DCB. Is that still a problem?
I would say there's a few problems. Yes,
So
I
expand
mean,
on what some of those problems are.
Taking care of compliance, because of the competition, you tend to be creative in the marketing. You have to do certain schemes to get subscribers, and yeah, the challenge here is how to get the subscriber at a price where I get ROI. And some people, the problems begin when you do things in marketing to get consumers at a lower CPA, and that's where your problems start with the operators, with the regulators. It's a big issue. It's highly regulated.
How is it strongly regulated in the MENA region?
Yeah, it's becoming too.
And is that becoming a sort of a barrier to business? Is it too strong? Is it making it difficult to operate?
It's a barrier to products that are not well adapted to the market. Yes.
Okay, so we're going to hear after you actually from Jim from Impello about compliance. I think sort of just to sort of wrap things up a bit before we get into that, and then you'll be back joining us on the panels where you can ask Charbel some questions. What would your advice be to anyone looking to sort of enter the market in MENA? So if I guess people that are based here, but also those that are based outside that see this as an opportunity, what should they be sort of thinking about when trying to enter this market?
I mean, the first thing they should do is talk to the people who have been here for long, and not just find an aggregator and launch services. They have to study. They have to do a lot of research to understand the Middle East consumer before even spending one dime.
So just research.
Research and understand the market before putting your investments, your effort. And panel and places like TELEMEDIA in Dubai, it's a perfect place for that.
Excellent
to
stuff.
start understanding the market.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much. That's a nice place to end that, I think, on a bit of a promo for how great the show is. There's a lot more to come. Charbel, as I say, is going to join us again in about 20 minutes or so with some other people on a panel where we can get a bit more into some of the other aspects of the market, and you can ask him some questions.
Thank you.
Charbel, thank you very much for helping kick that off.